Hey YouTube, when I put this Ultra League together, I thought this seems going to work great. It has a balanced core, Charizard, Tapu, which cover each other's weaknesses, and we have a nice safe swap in Snorlax. And then I used the team and I went like mediocre at best. And it came down to Snorlax as the safe swap. And unfortunately, this is a bigger tale of what is the problem with Ultra League right now. And let me just bring up some rankings here to give you a full picture here. So I've gone over these rankings before. In the rankings, in the top half, it is either XL Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, or Pokemon that have had strong community day moves, right? So as you see, like legendary plus XL, legendary, 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 legendary XL, legendary XL, legendary XL, Shadow Swampers. So there is your community day Pokemon XL, legendary. Glyzopod is the first one that it did not. Aurora's community move with the Powder Snow. Wait, no, sorry, never mind. Not Aurora's Powder Snow. Poliwrath XL, Pidgeot XL, and now we're getting into just like buff Pokemon and more legendary Pokemon. So if you take away legendary, you take away XL, and you take away the community moves, your list shrinks pretty fast, and you're down to like a couple I mentioned up here, Gliscor, and Glycopod, and now you're down into like Shadow Dragonite at 36. Even Greninja's got the community moves, XL, right? And this was the problem when I used Snorlax. So Snorlax, which was a strong staple of Ultra League back in the day, is ranked 130. And what it comes down to is its bulk is there, but as you know, like Snorlax is a very bulky Pokemon that just doesn't hit that hard, and it's all stamina. It's not evenly distributed before with like defense and stamina. So the problem with this Pokemon is that it just can't stand up to all these other Pokemon. So like I said, like if you have Pokemon, because its moveset's not bad, right? It's like a Lickitung, right? Lick, Body Slam, and then I bring Earthquake just to have something in its throat like Giratina and stuff. But you have like Swampert, so smaller stat product, but like way harder hitting, plus community moves. Hydro Can's just like broken, right? So you have those, and then you have like every legendary. Registeel #1 on the list, so like higher stat product there. Kabalion, less stat product overall, but better moveset, right? Double kick, Sacred Sword. So it just seems like all these Pokemon have just a strong moveset or have the bulk or something like that. And I'm thinking of like double is like level 50, but it's more double kick is probably better, and payback is for the coverage, right? Just double kick just charges so quickly. Is it better than Lick actually? I'd have to check the stats on that. But it just seems like a lot of the Pokemon that you're now seeing in like the 100 to 130 range that used to be very, very strong you're not seeing much at all anymore. Like Escav at 75 used to be everywhere back in the day. Venusaur at 84 used to be everywhere. And again, we also had Premier back in the day where there was no legendary and there was no XL back in the day. So you had those as like cores. Again, you can't even find good, like Gyarados was a staple at 104 that a lot of people used in the Ultra League. And now and this is now where you're getting into 130s, you're getting to the Shadow Snorlax. So it's unfortunate that Pokemon like this that used to be so highly ranked and so usable in the Ultra League are now just nowhere to be found. And you can try to use them. And I'm not saying Snorlax is the worst, because I've used it before on teams, and you're gonna see here it's not terrible. But when you don't have the moveset of like a Blast Burn, a Charizard, Hydro Cannon, Swampert, and you don't have the stats of a legendary Pokemon, and you don't have basically you have bulk, but you don't have like the XL ideal stat product of some of these other XL Pokemon. It really makes it difficult to run. So here you're going to see a set of like 7 or 8, or I think I went like 4 and 4, something like that. So this one, I was hoping I'd get to the Blast Burn first. So I will shield because Charizard is a bit glassy, but I will get the Blast Burn. Oh yeah, I was about to say, no, I'll just come in here and Water Gun and Surf is more than sufficient to deal with this. Even if they get to the Earthquake, it's going to do like 55-60%. It's nothing that I have to worry about. Plus, I loaded a Blast Burn on Charizard, which is always great for later. So hit me with an Earthquake, that's fine. As you can see, barely gets me into the yellow. Full farm down. What was on the lead again? Out comes a Ninetales, which it looks like it stalled a bit there. So get to a Surf. Probably had a second Surf already too. This will chip pretty low between the two of them. Right? It is. Oh, so it's a Charm, right? So that makes sense why they bailed immediately. They use one shield and then they give up to Cobalion, and I am making a huge mistake here. I am making a huge mistake. I've got a Blast Burn loaded. There's no way that this thing is going to outpace me to 2 Stone Edges before I get to 2 Blast Burns, and the Blast Burn is going to one-shot. So I don't know why I'm staying in to let them get energy. I don't know why I'm throwing there, because the Blast Burn takes out anyways. So total collapse in judgment there. Total misplay. They let it go anyways, but this game is over anyway. So SNORLAX really showcasing there. So Defense Deoxys, right? Super bulky XL legendary Pokemon. Gonna throw a super effective Rock Slide, a double super effective Rock Slide, I think here, if I remember. And as you're gonna see, one Blast Burn is nowhere close to taking this out. You do get to Blast Burns pretty quick though, so I will be able to throw a second before they throw a second Rock Slide. But that doesn't do too much in the grand scheme of things, because this still doesn't take out, and they will get to another Rock Slide. So let's see if I try to catch. I do try and catch on the Tapu, and I do catch it on the Tapu. I think Tapu or SNORLAX are fine safe swaps. They Psycho Boost. Out comes a Mandibuzz, which is a decision that is made. So these battles are in like the 2500 range at the time. I hit Legend, and then I used, you're going to see Zangoose in a couple weeks in the Great League, and then I tried Politoed in the Ultra League, and that got just destroyed. I couldn't even, I think I went 1-9, and so I just scrapped it. And then I used, I think, 1 or 2 others, and then I used this team, and it's just again, mediocre at best. So they get the year list, enough to take it out. Come in Charizard. It is in, I could have just Dragon Clawed, but I know Charizard just such a high CMP that I can just save it, get this off. Know they dumped their Psycho Boost already. Blast Burn this. Take the move. So now I gotta have SNORLAX, unfortunately, try and sweep whatever's in the back. So I get the full lick down. That's great. Mandibuzz is very, very low. I can just Body Slam that. Or even maybe lick. How low did I get the Mandibuzz? But here we go. I've got a G-Fisk, which, again, not a really amazing Pokemon for this league. XL, and I get a super effective Shadow Earthquake off. Not enough to take out. And now they get the Earthquake off and are able to outpace me to the Body Slam that they get a Rock Throw to take me out. And it's just this is exactly what I'm talking about. On paper, you're thinking I have to try and farm down until I have a move coming out because the Mandibuzz is left. So on paper, you're thinking a super effective super effective Earthquake with a move like Lick, you should be able to combo that, but you don't. I am aware that I could have thrown a Body Slam to take it out, but no, I couldn't have because they have the Mandibuzz left. And so it's just these XL, that's it, right? You have an XL Legendary Deoxys, you have an XL Mandibuzz, and you have an XL G-Fisk. And SNORLAX just cannot compete. I know there's a couple bad matchups, weak to counter. Lick is resisted by the Darks. But I got it on the one that I should have a decent matchup again, and it just it fails. There's nothing you can do, right? So Tapu on the lead. I will go into this as a safe swap. Licks are doing okay. Just gonna go for the Body Slam spam. But as a defensive Pokemon, this is what I'm talking about. As a defensive Pokemon in this league, I have problems with how glassy you are. You're not super glassy, right? But 2 drill runs are gonna take you out. I get to an Earthquake. They don't actually get the SNORLAX is gonna do well here actually, because I remember landing this and taking them out. They could have shielded that. The problem is not. I mean, even if I had superpower, that would have been double super effective. So I'm surprised they didn't. But they're just like comboing me here. I can't talk too much smack about that because they actually did quite a lot there, but did flip switch, which is huge. Although if they shield, I'm surprised they didn't shield the. Like if I have superpower or I have earthquake, I'm surprised they didn't shield it, knowing they could flip. They could keep switch. I make a catch here, thinking Grass Knot or Moonblast, both are resisted, as long as they don't have Future Sight. But they have a shield advantage. And as you're going to see here, with that energy advantage, they're going to be able to, and between the energy and the shield advantage, they're going to be able to chip me. I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't shield one, because they can Moonblast and then like do that. But their other Pokemon's already so low. I'm surprised they didn't shield the first the first Blast Burn to save some health, because they could have got to, they could have got to a move to take me out here, but had way more health because I just baited Dragon Claw. And if you shield the Moonblast, come back in here. But this thing's already so low and I got multiple moves. So I don't love how they played that matchup. I think they could have like very easily kept alignment, because then they would have had their Cresselia. If they fought for switch in the mid game there, which they should have, they could have had their Cresselia on my Tapu and their Tapu on my Charizard, which is just like brutal. But able to take that match. So Charizard lead, defense Deoxys, right? Same sort of thing. Here we go. Already with the XL Pokemon. If it's got the Rock Slide, it already puts us at a huge disadvantage here. That's quick. That's probably the Rock Slide. Puts us at a disadvantage here. One Blast Burn does not take out, which means I now need to eventually pivot into Snorlax or Tapu. Blast Burn does not land. I will get to the second one though. We know that. And now I'll probably try and make a catch again. So they double shield, so out comes the Tapu. Again, I think Tapu's just better. And that's the problem. When you try and use Snorlax, Snorlax is only really good as a safe swap. And it's not even... I don't think I did the same video over again. No, I didn't do the same video over again because they double shielded on the first one, which they didn't do last time. Am I doing the same video? Let me just fast forward. So I let this go. If I try and farm, this doesn't farm. Did I just put the same video in? This looks like the same video, isn't it? Next battle. Okay. That's a weird mistake. I rarely make that mistake. Okay. Drapion on the lead. Sorry. I rarely ever make that mistake. Talonflame on the lead. So this is like a neutralish lead. They come into Drapion, which is an XL Pokemon and much, much better moveset with the Aqua Tail and Crunch. Like less bulk and everything, but just the moveset, spamminess, and the XL really separates this Pokemon. When I saw the Aqua Tail, I assumed that they have Aqua Tail Crunch, which means that both moves are resisted here, which means I can come in here to my Tapu. Because I know, like, there's no way they're running Aqua Tail Sludge Bomb. That would be an insane moveset. Do not get to the move before they take me out here. Not take me out, but like chip me again with Crunch. And again, poison things are super effective, so they are chipping me. And then I went for the Surf thinking like, Water Gun Surf combo should be enough. But no, this is what an XL Pokemon actually does. Lives these movesets, lives these stuff. So this will still not take me out, but puts me low. I have a shield, but I'm just going to throw blindly pretty much at whatever comes in here. And then I saw the grass, so I didn't throw. This comes in. I get basically my only win condition is 4 freaking moves through. Gonna Blast Burn. That is my game. So I get a nice Blast Burn because the frame drops are just ridiculous. So then the only good news is like, oh, Blast Burn does like 2%. It's like, no, it does way more than that, but the game just froze on me. So enough to do this, take this move. I now have a shield advantage that I can just lick down. But lick. Okay, I was about to say, did the game just freeze on me again? Okay, at least this defense Deoxys looks a different color. So no, this is not the same one this time. Still Rock Slide to Thunderbolt. Either way, I don't want to see either. Of course, every single one seems to be Rock Slide. But okay, we'll get 2 Blast Burns off here. So we're going to get the first one off. They shield. Going to get the second one off. Again, we've seen if this lands, it does not KO. They do decide to double shield. I'm going to double shield, but I know they're going to outpace me to the Psycho Boost and probably the next Rock Slide. So I got to try and catch the Psycho Boost. And I do catch the Psycho Boost because Psycho Boost probably would take me out from that range. So catch there. Nice catch. They stay in to build up to a Psycho Boost and then bail. Yep, so that's smart. Skunk comes in. Get the Moonblast off because it's still neutral. Does good chip, but they're going to be able to take me pretty low here. If not, I think they probably have to throw before. No, they do not. So that is knowing your Pokemon. So now I need to absorb it on something. I'm assuming I'm going to absorb it on Snorlax because I'm not wasting Charizard. So I got to absorb it here. But like, this is not an amazing absorption. An XL Skunk just basically crunched and trailblazed my Snorlax into oblivion. So the Drapion comes back, Drapion comes in, I get a Body Slam off, but like I just got destroyed there by this Pokemon. And they make a nice catch on the Deoxys, which means they are now going to outpace me to the next move here. So smart. I needed to like kind of undercharge, but I couldn't undercharge too much. I need to like, it'd be a very tough undercharge because you need to undercharge to the perfect crunch amount. But yeah, Snorlax just could not hold any sort of, did not have a ton of play against what are XL and legendary Pokemon, right? So that's the problem I have with Ultra League now. They put in a bunch of legendaries. They put in a ton of XL Pokemon and Community Day Pokemon. And it just means that all these other Pokemon have fallen by the wayside. They've promised us Master League and Ultra League Premier. So Premier is no legendary, no XL. So it would change the rankings up a bit. So you can't just look at these rankings and say it would be the same, right? But if you come up here and put in no legendary and no mythical, the problem that you're still going to see here is basically what I said earlier. Bunch of XL Pokemon dominating, bunch of Community Pokemon with good moves, XL Pokemon, couple other ones, Glaciopod, Aurorus. But for the most part, you're just seeing like a bunch of these ones, and you're still going to have the same problem where there are a ton of good Community Pokemon and a ton of XL Pokemon. Polito, you are not good. Or Community Pokemon, or XL Pokemon, or XL Pokemon, or Community Pokemon, and it's just like it kills the Pokemon down in the rank. Like again, Shadow Machamp is higher, but Machamp's down here. Venusaur is down here. Surfetch, I used to love using Surfetch in Ultra League. It's not usable. I used to use Gengar constantly in Ultra League. It's not usable. Heracross, I used to see a ton when I never had it, and it's not usable anymore. Gyarados, and it's the same thing. All these Pokemon that were once viable in the Ultra League are now just like sitting in my storage, built up, but realistically just have nowhere. Lucario was like a staple in my season 1 to 2, and it's just so far down because your stat product cannot keep up with what as the Ultra League has become. And when I put out top teams, I remember putting out top Ultra League teams. One of the comments was, "Oh look, a bunch of teams that I can't build," and that's essentially it, right? If you cannot build, if you don't have these XL Pokemon and you don't have these legendary Pokemon, what do? Like your best bet, I always say, if you don't have legendary Pokemon, you don't have XL Pokemon, put together a team of Community Pokemon. Swampert, Walrein, Greninja. I mean, don't use that team because it's all the same, right? But like those Pokemon are like staples of Community Pokemon that I could use. Charizard with Blast Burn, right? Charizard, Swampert, great core together. Find a safe swap. Could you Wall Rain a safe swap? I've done that before. Charizard, Wall Rain, Swampert. Cover like right. That can be decent like team of community Pokemon. But it's tough. It's tough if you cannot compete, if you don't have the Pokemon to compete in Ultra League, because a lot of them have just fallen off. Anyways, that is my analysis on Ultra League Pokemon and Snorlax. Stay tuned this afternoon for a very fun, I'm just messing around now, very fun double electric team. Not the electric Pokemon you expect, unless you expect Togedemaru, because that is one you're getting. But in that video, there is like an 8-minute discussion on the algorithm. So if you want to see that, stay tuned for this afternoon. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.